G'day guys, Damo here, and welcome to another Round the Fire video. So in this video, we'll be installing the 42-inch light bar by STEDI. To all the subscribers, welcome back, and if you're new to the channel, g'day. What we've got here is the 42-inch light bar by STEDI. That's already up on the roof. We've got another product here that I'm going to be chucking in today, which is the switch fascia by Lightforce. So if you've watched the video about what I don't like about the Raptor, then you'll see one of the complaints I had was I know where to put switches, but I found that product there, so I'm going to be putting that in. I've also got a couple of switches that don't come standard with the light bar. The main reason I went with this light bar is because of the wiring harness. This light bar comes pre-wired with basically everything you need to go and just plug this thing straight in. I'm no mechanic or electrician. Anything that I like to do to the car, I like it to be as simple as possible. One thing to note is the light bar comes with this harness, but you need to buy one of these piggyback adapters for your headlight, and that plugs straight onto there. That connects the whole system on. So just a quick disclaimer with all of this, I'm not sponsored by any of these guys. These are all products I've done my research and had a look and bought all these stuff out of my own pocket. They suit me the best. Check it out yourself, see what sort of works with you best. Tools you'll need for the install are fairly basic: a soldering iron, bit of solder, some side cutters, a screwdriver, a socket, and maybe a little bit of lube to feed the wires through. Let's get into it. Okay, so to give you a closer look at the wiring loom, so it all comes pre-wired through this 60 amp relay. Your battery connector, it's fused, your H harness there, which will connect to your piggyback, a little mouse switch already pre-installed on the system, so if you didn't have any other switches, you can just use that straight away. And then of course it comes with your Deutsch plug to plug directly up into your light bar. Just to give you guys a very quick and simple overview on how this thing all works, how the whole system works, I'll quickly wire it up now, just externally, and give you a look. Okay, so simply you take your Deutsch plug, that comes up onto your light bar, which has a pre-wired connector up here already. Hook it onto your light bar, that's already pre-wired, so that just plugs in there. That'll run down to your engine bay. Just get this mouse switch out the way. Take your H connector, plug that into your piggyback harness, and then this simply links into the headlight system for your high beam, and that's down the bottom here. Pretty hard to see, but you'll know the one. It's an 8-pin plug. So that just unplugs. This jumps in the back, then you connect the other end back to your high beam, somewhere in there. So the other end just connects onto the back of your high beam, and that's done. Take your socket, negative terminal. Now I'm just doing this roughly just to give you guys a look at how it all works. And same again with your positive. Alright, I'll just turn this on for a second. What did I do with the key? Must be inside. It's as simple as that. You just hook all the connectors up to your battery. It's all wired in, and if you can see now on the light bar, it's simply on and off. Easy as that. So that's a quick overview of how it all works, and it's literally that easy. What I'll do now is I'll neaten all these wires up. We'll run the switch into the cab. Beautiful. All right guys, so that's taken me about 10 minutes to put the wiring in to feed. Most of the time there was taken up feeding it in through the firewall, but you can see down there the piggyback harness runs down there into the back of the high beam. The cable runs along here. I'll tidy that up after we shoot this. The relay I've secured down here, and that's just sitting right here. So I've just secured that to an existing bolt. It doesn't need to be earthed, it just needs to be secured. The wiring for the mouse switch just runs through the little rubber grommet, or the big rubber grommet there, into the through the firewall into the engine bay, and then the rest of the wiring runs up here, comes along underneath this, underneath your little panel here. You can see that just runs up there. I've run it up beside the windscreen. Now you'll have to run a bead of silicone underneath that to keep it all insecure, and it comes up to the light bar. I've just put a zip tie there just to hang on to it, and then you can see where it just plugs onto the light bar up there. All good. So you can see here, that's where the mouse switch was. It just comes up, and your grommet is up underneath there. So it just feeds up underneath the carpet. You can tuck it all away, and that'll let you run this cable all the way up underneath behind the glove box, nice and neat, and run it up to the fascia panel. So what I've done is I've cut the mouse switch off, and I've cut it off just there behind 3-pin connector. Basically that makes it a bit easier for me to get it through, and I wasn't going to use this switch anyway. You don't need to do this if you don't want to. You can simply take these 3 wires out, just use a small screwdriver, pull out the male connectors, and that'll get it through. So a hot tip when you're trying to pull your wiring through your firewall is grab a coat hanger and grab your the wire that you want to bring through, put it on, give it a couple of wraps of tape, and then use your coat hanger to pull it through. Obviously poke your coat hanger through first. You'll see that come through on the engine bay. Tape him up, and that'll help you pull the whole lot through. Okay guys, obviously I've cut the mouse switch off of the wiring here. Now you don't need to do that if you're going to use the mouse switch itself. All you need to do really is unplug these, use a small screwdriver, take out the male flat pins out of there, and tape that onto your coat hanger, feed it through. But I'm not going to use this because I'm going to be installing this this fascia panel, and that's going to give me room to put on a new switch to go in here. So they'll sit nice and neat up on the dash, and that'll just tidy everything up. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it there. I'll leave it up to you where you're going to work out where you want to put the mouse switch in your dash, because obviously this video can be used whether you got a Raptor or not. So obviously on other models there's plenty of spots to do it, but I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to install that panel on as a separate video. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you need any clarification on how I've done some of these points in here, how the wiring's gone through, all of that. It's bloody hot right now. I can't get a break. This is about the 7th go I've had to film this video. It's either raining or it's belting out with heat. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. You.